perhaps needs to expand once again. Cat's just trying to get up and running. He's got a spawning pool. DrewDrewbie just has, well, if we look, DrewDrewbie has a drone and 3 overlords. His drone hidden in the bottom of the base. If he ever gets 300 minerals alone from a friend, he can throw up another hatchery. And his baneling nest and spawning pool are about to die, as they will die without creep. And it looks like the opposing players are going to take those down. So now we see a bit of a fight towards the southern part of the map here on the east. Cella pushing out, taking this tower, and just wants to see what kind of units his opponent has. Again, he and TTOne, basically the only 2 players alive for the pros right now with a good economy and army. But CellaWerra doing all of this, getting up another mothership, doing all this off 1 base, so very oversaturated on his base, needs to get up a second. So we see roaches pushing out here. The Joes trying to hold it together here. They've taken quite the lead early on, knocking out both Root members, DrewDrewbie and Catz. Cursing the fact that DrewDrewbie rebuilt once again, but DrewDrewbie has rebuilt here at the natural along with TTOne, so very interesting placement. If anything, he can at least do some drone harvesting and give minerals to Cella or TTOne, as we see Howdy moving in once again with these Banshees, and the Viking's going to try to focus down the hatchery for Catz, and it's going to go down quite easily here, but Catz does have another hatchery in his base here, so he can do some more mining. He did pull those drones off. And now TTOne having to play hero once again and get rid of these Banshees. So those Banshees retreating there, but on the eastern part we do have a number of roaches taking on Cella's units, along with a few units from Wings of Dark. And if we look, Cella with about 1,300 in the way of army compared to the 1,100 of Wings, and JFK, who's AFK, has 1,600. But TTOne now moving in from the left-hand side. We do have this mothership on the field, trying to catch all the action. TTOne has Blink Micro now going on, so he is a pro Protoss player, so he's using that Blink Micro, and now we see Cella coming in from the right, going to squish Wings of Dark and JFK between the 2 armies, not losing many stalkers at all using that Blink Micro, and it looks like Cella and TTOne are going to take care of that quite easily. And that was basically the entire army for yellow and for pink. Looks like we have Mutalisk on the field for Acid Creep, going to try to attack the economy of TTOne. He's very strong in economy. If we look at the Harvester tab, 53 Harvesters still, and he's now on 3 bases. So trying to do some economic damage is Acid Creep. And for the most part, his opponent, or his allies, applying constant pressure. So again, a little bit of a lull here. No, I guess not. Howdy trying to take down RootDrewbie once again. Looks like he was able to focus down that Nexus. And this hatchery down to 100 HP. Now positioning his Banshees very well between these 2 bases. JFK saying snipe that hatch. So Cat's going to be down to just this 100 HP hatch. Actually, it looks like Catz is trying to get up another one over here. These Stalkers are going to finally be able to take these Banshees on, again with Blink, able to chase down these Banshees and take them down. He also has an Observer following him, so he finally has stealth detection. Looks like we have the mothership in the base of yellow, so we had I believe a mass recall of units into the base. So powerful in these 4-player games, that mothership offering a lot of flexibility with your units, as often you need the units in different parts of the map, different times. And now pushing in, taking out the Nexus of Wings, and TTOne pushing against Wings' other base, so this could knock out all the Nexus of Wings. Cella doing his best on the warp gates. We see a number of units coming in for Howdy, as well as Wings trying to group up all of his units, along with the Mutalisk, and JFK coming in with some Hydralisks and Roaches, and going to try to focus down this mothership. Again, this is the second mothership, focused down quite easily by those Mutalisks and Vikings in the back. And now these Banshees going to try to take down the remaining Stalkers. Roaches coming in as well as a few siege tanks. No siege mode quite yet, and it looks like Cella's entire army going to be wiped out there. TTOne in the meanwhile is up in Howdy's base, used that blink up into the base with his observers, giving sight on the high ground. Needs to focus down some tech labs here so no more cloaked Banshees are able to come out. And it looks like the Joes here are going to try to take care of these Stalkers There is an observer, so these Banshees are going to go down quite quickly. You see a scan there, and the Viking able to focus down that observer. Now the Mutalisk and the Hydras and Roaches are going to try to do their best, but with the blink of the Stalkers and this choke point for Howdy, it's going to be very tough to get in here. So it looks like the Mutalisks are finally going to be able to push in here. 2 rows of Mutalisks going to be able to take on those Stalkers. TTOne having to retreat here. But the pros were able to take out Wings of Dark for the most part. He's got another Nexus going up here. I think it's a little bit off, in fact, but he has survived. Cat's getting up another base, just really mining for his allies at this point, so feeding TT1 with 4,000 mineral army, and Cella getting up a second base. Needs to do a transfer if he is not, and maybe popping out another mothership. Yeah, here it comes. It's going to be the third one. We see Acid Creep now moving in with those Mutalisks, but the Blink Stalker is going to be very powerful against those, as well as the Banshees. So TT1 countering the unit mix of the Joes here, and Acid Creep using the Banshees, very flexible unit, and they're quite mobile as well, bouncing between all the bases, wants to try to do as much economy damage to the players who are just limping at this point. We see JFK moving in with this group of Roaches, going to focus down the hatchery of Cats. Again, Cats does have one more hatchery going up in the old base of Drewbie. We see Acid Creep just flew over this gold base for TT1, now going to try to take down as many of these probes as possible. If we check out the income tab, TT1 still very high income, but Howdy has a number of double-decker, 2-story supply depots here, is actually very high on the economy as well, getting out a number of tanks, no siege mode yet. Check out the resources. It looks like the Joes having a hard time spending their resources. Again, the pros keeping very low on resources. Every resource is a unit out on the field right now. See Acid Creep pinching in here against the Stalkers of TT1 with the Zerglings and the Mutalisks, able to focus those down. But TT1 coming in with more Blink Stalkers, doing his best Blink Micro in the back here, trying to take on the Roaches, Hydras, and the tanks and Banshees. And it looks like he's going to give the GG there, or at least quit out. Drewbie, you see the teal ring here, trying to micro those, but also going to give the GG. And it looks like the Joes might be able to take this one. Just Cats left, as well as Cella, who has his third mothership, but no units to support it. Quickly focus down, and we get GG's all around. So we see that RootCatz, RootDrewbie playing an off race, as well as Cella playing an off race, and TT1 going down to these 4 random players. So pretty good game, lots of action. We did see the Banelings early on just crippling Cats. He was not able to get any sort of mining up and going. Cella came out with multiple motherships, but they were not enough to really turn the tide. He did have a nice mass recall into the yellow player's base, able to take him down, and TT1 tried the economy build in the early going, did not have enough in the early going to defend against those Zerglings and the Banelings, and 2 of his teammates went down because of it. So, interesting game, 4v4. Let me know what you guys think of this. Again, never done a team game or cast a team game before. So if it's not your cup of tea, let me know. If it's something you want to see with just pro players, if I can find more replays, let me know that as well. Fun to see these players play a different type of game, and gotta believe that they're just kind of screwing around and having fun with different builds, off races here, not taking it too seriously, but also neat to see that some random internet people were able to play pros and take them down with some good teamwork and early tactics and strategy. So thanks for watching this one. As always, if you're looking for more SC2 action, check out my channel Matron Starcraft at youtube.com. Take care.